Hey cousins, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for sticking around. I told you guys I'll be back to talk about this AliQueen Brazilian deep wave hair. I first purchased this hair in February of 2016, so I've had it for like a year, but I wore it for about 5 months and then I took it off, put it away, and then came back to it about a month ago. So I decided to make a review and also give you guys a curly hair routine. So I guess I can talk about the cons, which are not really cons because they're kind of my fault. When I got the hair last year, I kept it the way it was. I didn't bleach it, dye it, nothing. Everything was like perfect. Like, the only thing I can say is that the hair frizzed a lot, so it took a lot more product to make it into the style that I wanted it to look like. But other than that, like, the hair barely shed, it barely tangled. It was just gorgeous. Now the second time around, I decided to do something different. If you guys can see, it's a little green, so I had to bleach it for that. And that definitely dried the hair out more than I expected it to. The curls might have been tighter last year, but I mean, I can't be mad because, you know, I bleached it, but I like it either way. That's pretty much it, guys. Like, this hair is gorgeous. I recommend it to everyone that asks me what kind of hair to get from AliExpress, because, you know, AliExpress does get kind of sketchy sometimes. So I recommend this hair. It is called AliQueen, and I know AliQueen is almost everywhere, but it is the one with the red logo. If you guys want, I can leave that link. Why not, right? I'll leave that link down below so you guys can go to their store. So now I'll start on my curly hair routine, and if anything else pops up, I'll talk about it.
So I start by usually splitting my hair down the middle. And depending on how it is, I will do it into 4 parts. I cut that. For those of you guys wondering, this is not a frontal. This is 2 closures that I had, and I wanted to experiment, you know? First thing you want to do is get your hair a little wet. Mix this with water, which I should definitely add more water. And I also use the Tresemme moisture.
Whatever.
So yes, I had to add a little bit more water because it was way too much conditioner and I didn't want my hair to be all cakey. So I spray that usually, and then I go in with my brush. Start from the bottom and move up to the top. The brush promotes the curls. It's like raking. When you use your fingers to rake your natural hair, that's pretty much what this brush is doing. Right? I know everyone loves curly hair. Everyone wants to have this beautiful curly hair for the summer. So I'll make it as easy as possible for you guys when it comes to maintenance. Okay? So now, I just let down the other clip. Sorry guys, I'm just getting over a cold. I usually spray a lot. The hair is usually pretty thick. Okay? The tingle, the tingle.
So now, after you wet the top half, you're gonna go back in with your brush, and this time brushing the entire side.
So you blend in, instead of just brushing the top half, you're brushing top half plus bottom half, okay? You brush it together. Now after you do that, move on to the other side.
So we go from this dry looking thing to this.
Put that up. Keep spraying this side. Do the tangling this side. And you're brushing. Okay? Pretty simple, guys. The mixture that's in your spray bottle pretty much does all the work for you. It moisturizes it, and then the conditioners act as a leave-in conditioner once that water dilutes it. Okay. Spray, detangle, gets a little bit more tangled at the roots. So just take your time. Use your fingers if you have to. Alright. You're going with the brush. And that brush cuts that time in half, guys. I'm serious. You brush. And you brush. Now, spray that back. Spray it. And brush it too. It's a little bit harder to hold. And then, bring it all together. And brush it all together. Alright. Now, this is the part where you have to be patient. We gotta let this dry for about 10 minutes. For longer hair, you gotta wait a little bit longer, but I usually let this dry for about 10 minutes before I do the next part. But while I'm waiting, let's just do something with these baby hairs that we might be able to find. Okay? Alright, so we're gonna pull this up a little bit, pull it up a little bit. I did not pluck this because I did not want to take out too much hair. And because it's not a frontal, I really didn't care too much because I'll eventually end up wearing them as separate closures. But I wanted to try this one time just to see if people would be able to tell that it is not a frontal. And they weren't, surprisingly. So, I'll be back.
Okay, so while we're waiting for this to dry, I usually go in with, normally people use a toothbrush, but I use a tongue brush.
Say my got to be glued. We all know what that is. Got to be. Put some back here. And I just bring a couple strands of hair forward. As I said before, it's not a frontal, so your hair will probably show if you use this two-closure method. Unless you super slay it, which I didn't because
it's not a frontal.
Alright. And you can do the same to this side. You just pull them down. Bop, 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 bop. Okay? Now, after all of that, once you feel like your hair is dry, 80%, and I recently just learned this. I just mastered it. I had to because since I bleached it and the hair dried out. So, I have this Argan Oil of Morocco Weightless Dry Healing Oil. It's those organics from ShopRite. You can either spray some in your hand. You can spray some on the ends. A little bit in the back. Same on this side. Then you go in with some curl shape defining spray gel. Give it a couple pumps. And run that through each side individually. And voila! You let this bad boy dry.